Are you qualified to be here? I don't know. Are you qualified? I mean, you look nice. You sound nice. But are you qualified to be here? Is your mind qualified to be here? Not do you deserve to be here. We all deserve the opportunity to change our lives. But are you qualified to actually be here today? And it's a big decision. When you've been living your life for 25, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and you've lived your life a certain way, to make that decision that says, I want to change my life, that's a huge decision. And when you want to change your life, it doesn't mean just changing your life, changing a few things. It means changing your life. It's a big decision. Because everyone can say, I want to change my life, but actually changing it, that's the challenge. Because everything that we do today has got us to where we are. And if where we are isn't really satisfying, or we want to be somewhere else, then we can't keep doing the things that we're doing today. Does that make sense? You can't do the same things. You've got to go back and be different. You've got to change things. And one of the greatest pieces of advice I received years ago was, David, if you can improve aspects of your life just 1% per day, in 100 days, you'll be 100% better. And the problem some of us have, we try to change so much, so quickly, that the change is so uncomfortable that we go back to the old habits because we can't make the change. But just 1% per day, in 100 days, it's just 3 months, you'll be 100% better at what you're doing. Doesn't that make sense? It's not like getting married where you've got to change straight away because the woman says you've got to change. It's not like getting married where the man says, I'm not going to change. Oh, you've got a lot to learn, my pal. Oh. So it's a decision. And it's not a decision that you can do something in the course of the next few weeks. This is a 6 to 12 month journey, or maybe 12 to 18 month journey at the least. At least. It's not temporary. It is not temporary. Ramin's an athlete. You can see, I'm not an athlete. I tried, but I found it too tiring. Ramin tried. But you look at athletes, and you watch athletes, and you watch what they do. To become an Olympian, they don't get out of bed one day and say, I'm going to go and join the Olympics. That's where I went wrong. They get out of bed and they say, in 8 years' time, I want to be in the Olympics. In 12 years' time, I want to be in the Olympics. They sit down and say, what have I got to do? And guess what they do? They get out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, every morning, and swim up and down the swimming pool, doing hundreds and hundreds of lengths. The athletes do press-ups. They're in the gym, not just for half an hour. They're doing those bench presses every single second of every single day, no matter how much it hurts. And they're told you've got to keep training, you've got to keep working, you've got to keep exercising until it hurts, and then you go beyond. Because once you get through the first pain barrier, it then starts becoming enjoyable until you get to the next pain barrier. The challenge with people that aren't entrepreneurial, they don't want to go through the pain barrier. And the only pain barrier we have is that sometimes it gets exhausting, walking to the bank and paying your money. That's the only pain barrier you've got to go through. Because what we say to you is, determine that you want to change your life, and you're going to invest the next 12 to 18 months in changing your life. Dedicate yourself to that. Look back, all of you in this room, look back a year, look back 18 months, look back 2 years ago. The chances are the vast majority of you, excluding our ambassador team, are still living the same life you were living then. Look how many times you wanted to change. Look at the New Year's resolutions that we make that we don't keep. They're good resolutions, but what is it that stops us keeping those resolutions? Because we're not dedicated to the resolution. We're not determined to change what we have. So today is not about just listening to Ramin talk or listening to me talk. It's about getting you to want to open your minds up and say that you want to change. And that's what I mean by, and that's what Ramin means by, and that's what we mean by, in the Friends and Networker book, what we mean by that is, are you qualified? It's nothing to do with ability. It comes down to the desire to want to get out there and change your life.